What's going on? We back. It's the Boxing Link. More. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow back on the boxing grind. You know exactly what it is. One time for the one time we grinding. Um, you know, trying to make it one day at a time. We're gonna continue to talk this boxing ish, man. As soon as y'all hop up in the building, we're gonna talk some real boxing ish, man. We've been saying people are saying I'm hating on Hurd, man. People don't know what the definition of hate is. You know what I'm saying? Hating is finding a reason not to like a person. You know, going out your way to finding a reason why I don't like him. And I got much love for Jarrett Jarrett Hurd. Don't hate the brother, but I hate some of the tendencies that he's been showing and some of the acts that he's been doing. See, a lot of people not educated up on the situation, what's going on. You know, a lot of people just say, "Oh, I don't know the story, or don't listen to the videos, or just can't process what I'm saying." You know, so I'm gonna do one last boxing video. Now, this is the last video for the night. This is the last video of the night. You know, I don't want to do no more videos tonight. I'm gonna take a break prior to tomorrow afternoon. That's just how I'm feeling right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna take a break. Let some big news happen from now when I go to bed or in the morning. That's the way it's gonna be. But you know, like I said, the definition of hate is hating somebody, trying to find a reason to hate somebody. You're going out my way. I don't have a reason to go out my way and hate Jarrett Hurd. You know why I got an issue with Jarrett Hurd is because he like that dude behind the teacher, or he like that dude when authorities show up at school and when y'all by yourself, he don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? When y'all one-on-one, that dude don't say nothing to you. But as soon as authority pop up, he running his mouth knowing that, you know, a fight ain't gonna pop off, and that's what Jarrett Hurd is doing. You know, all right, we could roll all the way back. People say, well, you know, Jarrett Hurd had 3 tough fights in a row. Tony Harrison wasn't meant to be a tough fight. He made it tough. Tony Harrison is not a tough opponent. He was just coming off of a knockout a few fights before Hurd getting knocked out by Willie Nelson. Okay? He's never been a blue chipper prospect. He's a good prospect, but he ain't been a blue chipper. Trust me, I'm from Detroit. He ain't beat nobody before he fought Hurd. Austin Trout, that's the same old man Jamil Charlo fight for face. He was a dude that was coming off back-to-back losses. I mean, to Canelo and Lara. Then he got dropped by the dude from Australia on ESPN Friday Night Fights. Let's not forget that. Trout wasn't supposed to be a hard fight for Hurd. Hurd was getting boxed up by both for Harrison and Trout. It wasn't supposed to be hard. People say, well, they was hard fights. No, they wasn't supposed to be hard. He made those fights harder than what they had to be. And Lara obviously was a good, tough fight. You know, people say, well, Luis Ortiz is old. Well, shit, Lara old too. I didn't hear nobody taking that away from Hurd like they took away from Wilder. Okay, now that we got that established. You heard me? So, you know, people say, well, you hating on him. Okay, he got the belt. What exactly did he say when he got the belt? Oh, it's a business, and Charlo got to recognize I'm the A side. And he started talking like a businessman. Anybody say that I'm lying, that's a fact. What's up, Renique 313? What's going on, my brother? That's a fact. He said after the fight. Oh, it's a business, and you know, I'm the A side, and Charlo gotta realize that I'm the A side. That's fine. That's fine. There ain't no issue. Then okay, the WBA. See, I'm gonna lay this out real smooth, and then we're gonna transition into the Jaime Munguia part. Okay, so everybody can follow along. This is real smooth. Okay, so then, you know, after that, you know, the WBA, what people don't understand, the WBA ordered Hurd to face Lara. Should be an easy fight to make, or an easy way to pay Lara to get out the way, because they both managed by Al Heyman, okay, under the PBC Showtime banner. So basically, you know, I didn't hear nothing about them talk. All I heard was Hurd say, you know what, I don't want to fight Lara. That's like going backwards. I can respect that. But it was a good fight that I believe he was on behind the scorecards on all 3 scorecards. So it was a good fight. He said, you know, I don't want to fight Lara because I want to unify the division and move up. Basically saying he don't know how much longer he can make 154. So fighting Lara, it was a lateral or a backwards move for him. You can respect that. You know, I don't want to fight Lara. I want to unify. Okay, you want to unify. So what about Charlo? Oh, you know what? I got to fight a right-hander. You know, I need to fight a right hander to get ready for Charlo. I'm thinking like you ain't you. I had to go look for me. I said, this motherfucker a right hander himself. So I ain't never seen a right hander get prepared for a right hander. Anybody that know just a little bit about boxing, you know what I'm saying? Even you don't even need boxing for dummies for that. You don't. What's up, Cyber? What's up, Triple H 1200? You don't even need boxing for dummies for that. This dude said he need to get ready for a right hander. You need a right hander to get ready for Charlo. I ain't never heard a right hander need to get ready for a right hander. So okay, he said he want to fight Kell Brook. You know, he chasing Kell Brook down because Kell Brook said his name. But we all know Kell Brook was not gonna fight Hurd. You know, anybody could tell you that. You know, so you know. Meanwhile, he's saying he want to fight Brook next. He want to fight Brook. He want to fight Brook. So you know, I respect that. You know, go get your payday. And I've been on record saying, you know what, I think Charlo deserves a homecoming fight or a big fight or a big money fight like Kell Brook going to the UK. And J-Rock was his mandatory, and I'm saying, like, you know what, he should fight J-Rock at the MGM National Bay down there where Gary Russell fought, you know what I'm saying, in the DMV. So I said, you know what, that's cool. But then he get to talking junk about Charlo. He get to talking reckless about him, okay? You know, he get to, you know, before, this even before that, but he get to talking reckless about him. They going back and forth. And, you know, Charlo did say F all the DC fighters, and, you know, that's disrespectful in my opinion. You know, I didn't like that. You know, you have to disrespect the lineage of DC fighters they got, and they got a good lineage of and decent crop of fighters right now. Tank, well, you know, DC is different, but you know, Peterson boys and you know, in that area. But he had to disrespect them. But then he's talking this Kell Brook stuff, and then when he realized that Kell Brook wasn't gonna happen, you know, then he started talking about you know, his mandatory and he need to fight a right-hander before he faces Charlo. But then they started going back and forth. You know, he started saying that you know what, Charlo ain't this, he ain't that. You know, I beat his ass, I'll fight him next. This is what he telling people at the International Boxing Hall of Fame. My boy was there. He telling him. He's going around saying he'll beat this guy. It's easy work. He said, well, you know, Hurd sounds pretty confident. I'm like, yeah, you know, he supposed to sound confident. So then he drops the meme with a meme with saying I'm gonna come out the jungle wearing a lion, even though a lion ain't even that his habitat is not a jungle. No, he's doing all this talking, said he want to fight him next. So his words, you know, it's stuff coming out of Showtime that Al Heyman want to fight next with Charlo and Hurd. Steven Espinoza want that fight next. He went on record saying he want to fight. Then all of a sudden, this sucker come out here and say, "Oh, I had shoulder surgery today, and I had an injury while I was facing Lara, and I didn't want to say nothing." Get out of here! Get out of here! Get out of here! You didn't say nothing. Your arms was raised. You was punching like you usually punch. All of a sudden, he pulled a Keith Thurman card. Keith Thurman card. So everything I done said, how am I hating? What did I say? This is exactly what I've been saying. How is this hate? This dude basically did what I said for people that came into the lobby. Basically, it's like when you in school. When you one-on-one with your nemesis, you know, he quiet, he got his head down, he in the locker room putting his clothes on, ain't shit to be said. You know, but when authority get around, you know, he acting real froggy. You know, he acting real froggy. He talking real tough when authority come around. So this dude started talking tough, knowing he was getting shoulder surgery, knowing he had no ambitions on fighting Charlo. He talking all this, telling them he gonna fight this guy, all right, and all of a sudden your shoulder injured. Man, nobody buying that crap, man. If you knew your shoulder was injured all the way since March, or whenever you fought Aristotle Lara, was that in I can't remember when the fuck he fought. It was in April. It was in April. So you went April to June to get surgery. And I know about rotator cuffs. Sometimes you can rehab them and they heal themselves. So like I said, I'm a real one. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt on that. But you already knew your shoulder was messing. There was a chance that rehab wasn't going well. And you the first person to know you still got pain in that shoulder. But you still out here baiting this guy and saying that you're going to fight, you're going to do this, knowing that you was probably going to have to go under the knife. Tell me that ain't chick tendency. If it ain't no chick tendency. There ain't no female tendency. Tell me that wasn't whack though. Tell me I'm hating after everything I done laid out here for you. Tell me that I'm hating. Tell me that I'm hating. Please, somebody tell me. I'm trying to figure out where the hate is at. You know, I'm trying to figure out exactly you know, what I'm hating on. I done told y'all the facts. This is the equivalent of the school kids talking tough while the teacher around, but when the teacher ain't around, the authority ain't around, they quiet as the church mouse. That's not hating. Again, this is another fight that shouldn't have to marinate, that we gotta wait for. Seriously. Should we have to continue to wait for this fight, man? Come on, this ain't on Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford level. This ain't Wilder and Joshua. Even though it could turn out to be a good, better fight than that. So we have to continue to wait for this shit. We got to continue to put up with this 65 mentality from these fighters, dog. And I understand where Hurd coming from. He ain't touched the million yet. He made $500K with Lara. Lara made the million. So at the end of the day, it is a business, but it's too much business white collar mentality that poured into the ring. It's too much business in the ring. And not enough blue collar, get your hands dirty and get it done. A lot of guys don't want to get it done no more. A lot of guys trying to use this to duck. All of a sudden, your shoulder injured. Come on, man. And if you believe that, you believe your wife out at 2 in the morning at Applebee's or at the bar just chilling with our girls talking about issues. You that type of person, huh? You that type of person that think your wife working 12 to 12, huh? When she really with rah-rah, ray-ray or something like that. If you believe that he didn't know he had a shoulder injury and he was baiting and trolling Charlo all this time, knowing that this fight ain't gonna happen for another year, probably to 2020, and you a gullible sucker, man. You really, really gullible. And I'm like Saul said, I'm tired of waiting, dog. I'm tired of waiting. How many of these Gilberto Ramirez fights is coming up next Saturday I gotta cover? How many Jose Ramirez versus Danny O'Connor? How many Ocampos versus Earl Spence I gotta cover? How many Crawford Horns do I need to cover? Seriously, man. Seriously, when football season come around, it's a wrap, man. It's a wrap. You know, I'm gonna be covering a little bit more football and a little less boxing unless it pick up, man. Because it don't make no sense. Seriously, it just don't make no sense why we can't continue to get better fights, man. You know, what about that year? Was it the year after? Was it 2014? That was the worst year in boxing, man. Seriously, dog. You know, and overall, that year where it was the Danny Garcia, Rod Salkers, it was where Schaefer and Oscar De La Hoya was running out of the contracts, okay? And it was a terrible year. It was not one good fight that year, I believe. That made the rest of the years look a lot better. You see what I'm saying? That was so bad that we would take anything that was better than what happened in 2014, I believe it was, before PBC materialized. And it's true though, man. We continue to sit here and we've been brainwashed a lot of the times to sit here to think like promoters now, to think like managers, to think like businessmen. You got the fans saying, oh, these fights should marinate. You will never hear the fans say that 20, 30 years ago. 20, 30 years ago, you would never hear them old school hardcore boxing fans say, oh, need to marinate. You think they gave a hell about what Mike Tyson made? You think they gave a hell about what Felix Trinidad and Oscar De La Hoya made? No, they didn't give a hell about it. And they wanted to see the fights. Not these new generation, these generation millennium babies. You know, we want to, think like Crawford, they need to let it marinate and stuff. And then one of them get upset, then we lose a good fight. We ain't supposed to be thinking like white collars or like the promoters and the businessmen of boxing. We ain't supposed to be thinking like that, man. That ain't how you supposed to be thinking. But sometimes you got to think about it that way, but not all the time. We shouldn't be sitting here saying, oh, let's wait for a fight like tomorrow, let's promise. And we all know tomorrow ain't promised, dog. It ain't. It ain't promised. And we sitting here acting like tomorrow is promised. Oh, let's let this marinate and let Hurd marinate. Like this Hurd fight with Charlo might not happen in 2020, man. You know, it might not happen in 2020. Excuse me, a little thirsty. You know, but at the end of the day, that's how we thinking, man. Like I said, if this don't get better, man, I'm gonna just start covering a little bit less and less in boxing, man. Till the dog days come back around for football. Now, I'm dead serious, man, because I'm not gonna continue to put my energy and my time, against BS. Seriously, love the sport to death, love boxing, but it's the same repetitive cycle. Marinate. Oh, don't happen. Oh, he moved up. He outgrew the weight class. He ducked. He died. Like, come on, man. We deserve better than that, than boxing fans, and we accepting, things that we shouldn't accept. Oscar did say Al wouldn't let his fighters fight tough matches. I agree. I agree with that. And I ain't gonna say I agree, but I can believe that. I can believe that. Al Heyman, dog, he ain't above the law. He ain't above the law. He ain't above the law. He the one that started that AAU unification with his team. He started that. He made it okay to bum bash and fight these lower level guys and get all this money and milk the networks. That's why he's not with HBO no more. HBO poured so much money into Andre Berto, and when he didn't materialize and got beat by who was it, Luis Collazo, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. Everybody want to take the Floyd Mayweather approach when he got with Al Heyman. You know, handpick their opponents, and at the end of the day, everybody just need to fight. Fight, fight, fight. Yes, he did. Heyman did come save Santa Cruz. Oscar De La Hoya is about to make a rigging deal. I remember that. And you got guys that think like Leo Santa Cruz too. That dude is one of the most protected guys in boxing. Now, you know, they might want to have him fight Gary Russell. They might want to force him to fight Gary Russell. Don't force him to fight Gary Russell. If dude don't want to fight Gary Russell, don't force him to. Seriously, if it comes to we got to push guys off the plank, push these boxers off the plank, you know what? I don't even want to see them fight. Seriously. If we got to force fighters to fight the best, man, don't even force them to fight the best. Seriously. Move on to the next guy. And don't give them no network time. If you got an issue with making the Santa Cruzes, the Gary Russells, the Framptons, the Crawford, the Spences, the Charlos, you know, the Benavidez's, the Plants, whoever they may be under the PBC banner and other banners. If it's an issue and they playing hard to get and they don't want to sign to fight the best, don't make them fight the best. Take them off of network television, make them the third fight and cut their pay. It's as serious as that. And the conflict of interest with Al Heyman is he's a manager, but guess what? He's still running PBC. So he's doing what's best for the fighter, but at the end of the day, it's not what's best for the fan. And ultimately, it's hurting the sport. But Bob Arum is doing the same. Bob Arum is doing something similar. He's just doing in-house fights. If he can sign you with high options on you, then you can fight one of his fighters. You know what I'm saying? But if you ain't with Top Rank and no affiliation, it's going to be harder for you to come over there and fight one of his fighters. It really is. But like I said, if these guys don't want to fight the best, don't force them to fight the best Stephen Espinoza. Take them off the television card. Cut their pay. They want to go somewhere else, go somewhere else. Because if they want to go walk over the Top Rank, go walk over the Top Rank. I ain't going to watch you. I ain't going to watch you. And that's serious. And that's serious. That's real spit. Yep, Al Heyman got a friend relationship. It's like a supervisory relationship. You can't be friends. And then, you know, at the drop of a dime, it's a business. It don't work like that way. You know, and I'm dead serious, dog. These dudes, if you say, okay, you know what, I need you to fight. You know, I want you to fight Gary Russell, Leo. He said, I need more money. Or he playing, you know how people price themselves out to be hard to get. Oh, I don't want to come back to next February. Or, you know what, man? You know what? I got to fight for you. Right off television on the opening card. Start giving guys that want to fight the best and put them on the pedestal. It makes no sense before I get to the second half of this video. It makes no what up, Hop? It makes no sense, man. You know, that the Charlo twins ain't never been the main event, from what I remember. They ain't never been the main event, but they want to fight the best. But they continue to want to fight the best and become a name, but they gotta continue to be co-features and opening for cars and shit like that. That don't make no sense. The dudes that want to thump, the dudes that want to fight, they got to really earn their way, scratch their claw their way up. You know, Keith Thurman gonna come back and be a main event probably. That ain't right. That ain't right. When Charlo scratching the claw and shit, you know what I'm saying? To think about it, man, some of these guys probably should think about getting away from Premier Boxing Champions, man. Some of them should, you know, but it's hard to say that because that seems to be the wave of kind of, you know, killing and making a promoter an endangered species. It don't matter where you go, promoter or not promoter. Ain't nobody in boxing consistently making the best fights. Only guy that's trying is Oscar De La Hoya, and that's because he ain't got no choice. If Oscar De La Hoya had horses in the stable, you know, he would probably be more ample. He would be more proactive in making more fights. But obviously, he ain't. He don't have the horses in the stable to do it. He got to do it at other people's discretion. You know, but at the end of the day, like I said, man, if dudes don't want to fight the best, they shouldn't force them. cut that check and see if they want to hop back in the ring and they get that hunger back in their heart. They overpaying these guys, man. Oh, what's going on, Black Horseman Promotions? They overpaying these guys, man. And like I said with the Hurd situation, this is similar. You in school, y'all about to scrap. You know, when the dude ain't saying nothing, he got his head down, he mind his business. But as soon as the gym teacher come in the locker room, he got something to say. He got like he want to fight with authority on. That's the same thing that Hurd is doing. I done laid out the timeline, man. I done laid it out. If you ain't here, just go back and reverse it. Because it's not, hey, everything I said is an actual fact. Or I paraphrase it came out his mouth. From all the way back when he won the title versus Lara, saying that it's a business and I'm the A-side and Charlo got to understand it, to saying that I want to fight Kell Brook. No, matter of fact, from saying that, you know what, I don't want to rematch Lara, the WBA said, you know what, I want to become undisputed, I want to unify because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be at this weight. To saying, you know what, I don't want to fight Charlo next and unify. I want to fight a right-hander. So, you know what, I want to fight, you know, Kell Brook. Oh, Kell Brook don't want to fight me. I want to fight J-Rock. Oh, you know what? No, forget all this. You know what? I'm gonna go into the jungle where a lion don't live and come out wearing the lion. I'm gonna come out wearing the lion and beat Charlo to coming out and saying, oh, I injured my shoulder. Come on, man. Come on. What's going on, World Breaker Fighting? Yeah, I asked Callie to have you come on one day, man. I guess she was a little bit busy a couple times. But yeah, that's a fact right there, though, man. That's a super fact that Hurd. That's why I'm not hating on the guy. Trust me, I've had interactions with the guy. Cool dude. I don't have an issue with him. Really don't. But at the end of the day, when you on that BS, that new phrase, that marinating. Like you marinate, like now the fans are saying, oh, let it marinate. No. Ain't none of these fights worth marinating. Ain't no big jump in pay. When the fans start thinking like promoters and managers, then you know the game is messed up. We shouldn't be thinking like, oh, you know, they should wait on this fight. Unless it's an injury or it's a special circumstance. Or you like, you know what? I don't want to see Leo fight Gary Russell next. You know what? I want to see him fight Frampton, then the winner can fight Gary Russell. I can respect something like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, something like that. Oh, you know what? I want to see Earl beat Danny and Sean first. Then we can make the Crawford fight happen. Only knowing that Danny and Sean and Frampton and Santa Cruz are willing to still fight the other side. But if it's not a chance they're going to fight them and try to move up and duck them, no. But if you know it makes logical sense, then down the line it can happen. But we all know the winner, Danny and Sean, they can do a rematch. They can rebuff it. You know, that fight couldn't happen for another year. It took a year to make the fight. You know. But yeah, man, I think, you know, I think Jaime Munguia will smoke Jarrett Hurd. You know, I like what I've seen on film, and I was the first guy to really speak on him. Like I said, I do the prediction videos, to break down prediction videos, man. And I told people he could fight. I said he was gonna beat Saddam Ali, man. And when you watch the film, when you watch the film, it don't lie. I mean, Jaime Munguia is a special fighter. A lot of people got mad at my Charlo video, and he's not ready at 21 for Charlo. Charlo is a little bit more complex than Hurd, but Hurd ain't too complex for Munguia. You know, Munguia believes in his power. He's a very confident young man. This is a man that was going to fight Triple G. Now, this is a man that knocked out Saddam Ali with a sweeping lead left hook that I didn't know it was a jab or a left hook when I first looked at it because it was so quick. The kid got game. You know, Hurd ain't just going to walk through that power that Munguia got. You know, Hurd, Munguia, and Charlo are two of the guys that can hurt that man. Charlo, you know, I mean, Hurd. They can hurt him. And I wouldn't rule out Jaime Munguia beating everybody at the division. I wouldn't rule him out, you know, in two years going up to middleweight and cleaning that motherfucker out. That's the type of talent that he has. Really, really good talent. I mean, man, like, and it's just not the left hook. It's the left hook to the body. It's the left hook to the head. It's the head movement. It's the jab. It's the right hand. It's the right hook. Like, the dude is very, very well, like the dude on point, man. The dude is on point. And he ain't slow neither. You know, he got a nice little pace and a nice little speed to him, man. And I'm not sure about they gonna fuck up Jaime Munguia. I'm not positive on that, man. You know, Charlo can get him. You know, I'm saying that he couldn't and can't get him. But I'm saying the way that Hurd fights, dog, if a guy like Tony Harrison can box up Hurd for them many rounds, he not taking that power from Jaime Munguia. He not taking that power. That man is just not another Aztec fighter, dog. I seen a lot of them, dog. I seen a lot of Tecate Aztec fighters. I watched a lot of it. I've been watching, looking for new talent. That dude ain't no basic, just Mexican homegrown fighter, dog. You know, and anybody that turn on the film know that. Everybody that turn on the film know that Jaime Munguia ain't just no basic, regular, you know, bottom feeder Mexican fighter. He ain't that. That boy got some power. I agree. He do need some more experience. He get that with Liam Smith. Liam Smith is gonna open his fight with Liam Smith is gonna open a lot of people's eyes. Yeah, man. Lubin needs some more work, man. Lubin needs some more rounds in, man. You know, Jaime Munguia, dog. You know, if it turned out that he could take a punch, you know, and that's the only really thing you don't know about him, if he could take a punch or he can go through adversity. But at the end of the day, you know, a lot of guys ain't went through adversity. And people sleep on how big he is, man. He will put your power out, man. And how Hurd fights, he will put her power out. I'm telling you, man, if Tony Harrison can do what he did to him, I ain't gonna use Trout because Trout is a masterful boxer. If Tony Harrison can do what he did, you know, to Hurd. Remember, Hurd was losing every round to Harrison. Every round he lost till he knocked him out. Every round. Jaime Munguia, if he throw and he land, he will knock out Jarrett Hurd, man. I'm telling you guys this shit, man. He will knock him out. Hurd can't rely on his chin like that. He can't, man. And his defense is better than Hurd defense. Jaime Munguia can move his head. He can move his head. But if you ain't got the power, he ain't gonna move that motherfucker. He ain't gonna have to. You talking about defense. Hurd ain't got no defense. Jaime Munguia got that pop-up left hook. That left hook to the body. He got that little irky-jerky side-to-side movement, too. You poking holes in this. I'm telling you guys. Y'all putting all this stock into Hurd, man. I like him a lot. And I know Hurd can box on the back foot a little bit. And a lot of people don't know that. Hurd can go on the back foot a bit. He ain't just effective going backwards. That's how long I've been knowing about the guy. You know, he could walk you into some shots. He could walk you into some things. You know, and yeah, that's cool. But I'm telling you, when you rely on your chin, that motherfucker, that speeds up your expiration date, man. It does, man. And a lot of people say, well, Munguia ain't got this. Munguia, at one time, you know, people had questions about Floyd. He was on the front of what, KO Digest or Ring TV, and they was questioning, was he gonna be great? Everybody go through those questions. But I see it in Munguia, man. I see it. And I've evaluated a lot of fighters over the years. Like I said, I done seen Sugar Ray Robinson. I done seen Willie Pep. I done seen Jake LaMotta. I done seen Jersey Walcott. I done seen Marciano, Lennox Lewis, Vitali, Vladimir. I mean, you name them. I see a lot of fighters and studied a lot of fighters. Pernell Whitaker. You know, and I know what it looked like when I see a special fighter or a fighter with a lot of potential. We have fighters with potential like Mitchell Taylor that failed. You know, you had other fighters that had big potential that we thought was gonna be the shit that failed. I remember when I first seen Sergio Martinez on HBO. I was like, you know what? He became one of my favorite fighters like that. The first Paul Williams fight, I said, yeah, I felt he won that fight. And I knew he could fight. And then a lot of people thought the Paul Williams shit was a fluke. Then he came out there and put motherfucking Kelly Pavlik in the blender. Kelly Pavlik face like he got cut up by a blender blade. You know what I'm saying? And Martinez went through the same thing that Triple G went through. He just whooped on everybody though. He didn't care who it was. They got Macklin. Macklin gave him a tough fight on St. Patrick's Day. Still whooped on him. You know, he whooped on Chavez. He whooped on Kelly Pavlik. That was his fight. He put Kelly Pavlik into a pine box. Love watching that fight. Kelly Pablo couldn't do shit with that movement, you know. But I know about Charles Burley. I don't know about Lloyd Marshall though. But yeah, like I said, man, I evaluated a lot of fighters, and he got the look, man. But I see a lot of fighters like Hurd, man. That style don't last long, man. It don't. But he is improving though. But like I told you guys, you smell that vagina on him though a little bit, man. You could tell, you know, when these guys get that hardware, they whole demeanor change. You know, when them guys get that hardware, they get them titles. I'm interested. I'm in it on this. I'm interested to see how Spence, the Charlos, and Wilder, when they get in the if they get in the number one position, and Crawford, all these guys become top dog. Do they continue this aggressive nature and taking on all comers, or do they become businessmen and put on the suit? Seriously, will these dudes put on the suit and be white collar, or will they continue to fight the best? And that's a good question, because nobody would have, the way Floyd was acting, you never think Floyd turned to the businessman he did. You know, you never thought that. Hurd, the way he was so tenacious and wanted to fight everybody, and so game and so proactive on fighting everybody, you would never thought he turned to a businessman as soon as he got that IBO and that WBA belt. You wouldn't have thought about it. You know, you wouldn't have thought about these guys turning to businessmen at the drop of a dime. You know, but hey, it is what it is, man. You know, it is what it is, man. But like I said, you know, it's hurting the sport, man. Like I told y'all though, when football season come on, y'all see as much boxing on there. I told y'all, man, they gotta get this shit together, man. They gotta do better in boxing, man. And if we don't take our viewership, you know, away from them, we love the sport. But seriously, if you don't take your viewership away from boxing, and you just continue to accept any old boxing, they're gonna keep giving it to you. See how a lot of people didn't watch the Garcia and Rios card and only did 500K. You see how that card did fight? Now they forcing Danny and Sean to fight. It's no reason that these guys should be forcing people to fight, man. There's no reason that they got to run down these guys and make them fight. They should want to fight each other. But hey, it's new boxing. Peter Sloan, Rocky 3. Hey, y'all see the new Creed 2 trailer? That shit was heat. I can't wait to see that shit. At first, I ain't like the idea of Drago's son, man. I ain't like that shit, man. But it looked tough. It does look tough, man. That's definitely a flick that I caught the first one on Thanksgiving. You know, I caught that one. My girl took me to see that one. We gonna, hopefully, God willing, we breathing around Thanksgiving. We go see that one as well too, man. That shit was heat, man. It definitely was heat. I would thank Saul for coming in. Y'all got any questions? Y'all answer. Not Quincy, what's going on? Curtis Anderson, what's going on? Appreciate World Breaking Boxing. Y'all go subscribe to the homie. Putting in good work, man. Good work, man. Definitely a fan of his work. Black Horseman Promotions, definitely a fan of his work. Y'all go click on them and subscribe. Saul, what's going on? Hop, what's going on? Boxing is me, what's going on? What it do? These dudes turned into Rocky 3 when he won the belt and turned into a businessman. Exactly. And ain't nobody telling them about themselves, you know. But when reality check in, all them dudes gonna have a reality check. It's gonna be a reality check, man. And Brawner got his reality check versus Marcos Madonna. Madonna was Mr. T. He took him off that high horse. Brawner was seen by some as a can't-miss prospect, but I started noticing around some of the fights he couldn't handle the volume, similar to Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia got the same traits that Brawner got when it comes to, you know, flurries. If y'all got any questions, go ahead and ask them. When guys get to throwing, it ain't never a good trait when guys cover up and put their earmuffs on and curl up. That's a terrible trait to have. That just shows you can't counter and transition from defense to offense. When you throw 3 or 4 punches at a guy, he put the earmuffs on, and Arthur Abraham syndrome, and they just cover up away from punishment, that's a horrible trait to have. Terrible. Terrible trait to have. Ryan Garcia has the same stiff board in his back like Brawner. Yup. But it ain't that he needs to be slick. It's that, you know, they don't He just put the earmuffs on. You can't just put the earmuffs on and curl up. A lot of fighters, especially on the elite level, gonna take advantage of that. Broner knows he can't beat anybody else. That's why he's retiring. Probably was in the gym and just said, you know what? I ain't got it no more. And we've been know he ain't got it. But sometimes reality don't check in for a fighter. You know, it might not check in until sparring, until he want to get up and try to lose the weight and run. Sometimes you just wake up and you don't want to do it no more. Seriously, that's all sports. Some people wake up and don't want to swing a golf club no more. Somebody wake up and football players don't want to go to training camp and put the pads on. It's get to a point in sports where you don't want to do the shit no more. And Broner, he know he ain't got it no more. After the Jesse Vargas fight, he knew it was time to hang it up. But we feel that he'll be back. What do you mean stiff board? He's stiff. You know, he ain't slick. He don't move. He's an upright guy. That's what he means when he say stiff board. They said the same thing about Eric Morales. You know, when you stiff, you ain't got no bend or no slickness in your upper body. That's what. It ain't the worst thing to be stiff. You know, everybody can't be slick. You know, slick guy. You be the slick guy by timing and speaking that language, man. That's how you beat him. You're going for the body. You know, but as far as Broner, if he walk away from the game, I won't miss him. I won't miss him. Angel 313, what's going on? He's only 28. He was never a top level guy. I believe he was a top level guy at 135. He was the guy to beat at 135. That's a fact. You can't say he wasn't. Well, you can say he wasn't top level as far as the pound for pound list. When they ranked him as pound for pound, Angel right, he got his ass whooped by Madonna. That was supposed to be a pay-per-view. You know, but he was the top guy at 35. As soon as DeMarco, he beat up Jorge Linares. Some people think he's really good. And then he beat Antonio DeMarco. No, Antonio DeMarco beat John Molina. Then Broner beat the fuck out of Antonio DeMarco. Yeah, he was at 35. Yeah. That's when he fought Antonio DeMarco with the pink gloves on. He beat the shit out of DeMarco. That Broner, he came out with Kendrick Lamar. That's when Kendrick Lamar first came out. Kendrick had a dream. Oh, yeah, he been powerful. Hell no, he ain't no pound for pound. He ain't even a Hall of Famer in my opinion, dog. Broner ain't no damn Hall of Fame. They gonna put him in Hall of Fame because he got 4 belts, though. But at 28, remember, he was young, though, man. Remember, he was young. Remember, Broner was young, though. At 23, he held like 2 different titles in a weight class, even though I didn't mean it. He was young, though. Because remember, Earl and them came in a lot later than Crawford and Earl and them. They wasn't on the prize fighting level Broner was at a young age. Similar to Tank and Canelo. Canelo could retire right now. What else? If he beat Triple G, what else is there to prove for him? Remember, just because you know they 28, but remember they've been fighting on a high level for a long time. Canelo been pro since he was 16. You know, Broner been at a high level since he was at 21, 22. When Tank gets to 28, 29, Tank gonna be ready to retire too. Boxing needs Broner. Nah. What do you think about Tank versus Mikey? What's so funny about it? Tank was supposed to go train at the Robert Garcia Boxing Academy. He went to Kevin Cunningham instead. That wasn't a bad situation. I like Mikey. You know, he's too smart for Tank. You know, I just think he's too smart for him, man. You know, just my opinion. You know, I think Tank could get Loma. It's Loma a little bit smarter, though. But Mikey a technician, man. He'll pick Tank apart. Not saying that Lomachenko ain't a technician. I just think Lomachenko, you know, he'll fight on the front foot and him fighting on the front foot and being a little bit smaller plays to Tank hands. And Curtis Anderson, these new age fighters just don't have to drive like the old greats, like Leonard being behind on points and KO and Hearns. Exactly. You know, you're right. You're right, man. I watched some old fights, man, Curtis. You know, I watched the Leonards, the Robinsons, the Carmen Brasilios, man. You watch those old guys fight, man. And you go turn this shit on today, man. Only thing you wish that those Carmen Brasilio and Willie Pep and Sugar Ray Robinson and Jake LaMotta and all those guys, man. You know, Racy Marciano and Joe Louis. You just wish they was in 4K. That's the only wish you got is at least 1080p. That's the only real wish you got, man. You know. Is Ingus any good? I like to see him and Spence. You talking the top ranked guy? Yeah, he beat the shit out of David Alvarez. better than Lamont and Shane Mosley. I think Parisian beat Shane Mosley. He all right, man. I think he's gonna be signed. He's gonna be slotted to fight Crawford at some point. Tank could beat him. He could, not right now. Mikey too smart. I mean, he too good, right now. Broner dominated lower weight classes like Loma, but even Loma could dominate at 35. But he fought Progress Ramirez or Lipinets at 40. He will get stopped. He beat shit out of Ramirez, dog. He beat dog walking shit out of Ramirez, man. Ramirez can't fight. Lomachenko beat him easy. And Ramirez might not land a punch. Lipinets, he beat Lipinets too. I don't care. Lipinets ain't got enough feet to fuck with Lomachenko, dog. And Progress, possibly. Progress gotta get more experience though, man. But I think Progress might be too physical for him. You might be right. But Lipinets, he ain't got the feet. That's why Lipinets beat Mikey. I was the first person to tell y'all guys Lipinets is gonna be competitive for Mikey. And once I seen Lipinets' feet, man, I said, oh no. That's the only reason Lipinets didn't beat Mikey was his feet. Go back and watch a Lipinets fight. Now you gotta watch the Mikey fight. You watch any of his fights, he don't have no feet. He's very, very like rugged with his feet, man. Like dog, like a guy like Buddy McGurf, man. I don't know what they were thinking, but that's his run down for his feet. Lipinets don't have no feet. If Canelo beat Triple G, then probably Charlo beats Canelo, pound for pound, Hall of Famer, possibly. Charlo beats, possibly. Charlo got to beat something though, man. I guess Billy Joe Saunders might give up that WBO belt to move up. That'd be interesting to look at. I think Canelo gonna go for that belt. Loma can beat Ramirez. Loma beat the hell out of Ramirez, dog. Loma can come in weighing at 35. Ramirez can weigh 47, and I still pick Loma. What's good, bro? What's going on with Sheet Times, my brother? Mikey got power and counter punching though. Loma can't keep Lipinets off of him. He could, man. I'm telling you, dog. Lipinets ain't got no feet. What's going on, man? Cali neighbor with super chat. Yeah, Lipinets ain't got no feet, dog. I'm telling you, he ain't gonna be able to keep up with Lomachenko. Sorry, dog. Just telling you the truth. His feet suck. Canelo got the best resume in boxing. Yeah, him and Danny Garcia. Well, you talking about wins and losses? I don't know, man. Probably Danny Garcia then. Y'all hit the like button. Appreciate it. Tank is a beast from what I've seen. Yeah, he a beast, but like I said, experience. He need more experience. Angel, yeah, I'm trying to tell you, yeah. Lipinets just ain't got the feet. If he had feet, man, Lipinets probably would have beat Mikey Garcia. We'd probably be talking about a whole different situation. But his feet, man, his feet is terrible, dog. That's one of the first things I watch. Excuse me. That's one of the first things I watch when I evaluate a fighter. I look at his feet. Them feet is imperative. Whether it's a guy that's on the front foot or the back foot or whatever, mixing it up. If his feet ain't together, it's going to be a tough night. That's how you look at O'Harry Davies and Josh Taylor. I seen O'Harry Davies' base, and I said, oh, no. I seen the way Josh Taylor was moving in his fights. I told people, it didn't take me long to tell people that Josh Taylor, and I didn't know, I wasn't familiar with neither one of them. It didn't take me long to tell people that Josh Taylor was going to whoop the hell out of O'Harry Davies. Tank will be too much in 2 or 3 years from now. Yep, if he stay out the BS and stay training. But he might be another Broner. He might just walk away from it. He don't seem like he love cutting weight, and he gonna have to cut weight for a while, man. Because he ain't gonna be able to go up to 140. I don't think. People say fighters are too young, certain fighters, but Canelo has been fighting elite fighters at 22, 23, exactly. 22, 23. That's true. He been fighting for a long time. Boxing clinic fighter without footwork is like a blind man without a cane. Yep. You can tell, man, the way some people move their feet. You can just tell by some fighters. It depends on the matchup, too. Some guys move too much. Saddam Ali is a product of moving too much. Saddam Ali is probably one of the most talented fighters in the game. But, he don't know how to fight in the pocket. And when he move around the ring all that much, he zaps his energy. He uses his feet too much. When you use something too much, your legs, once your legs go, you get tired, it's over with. That's his problem. He be hurting niggas moving backwards, moving side to side, not even planting on it. Saddam Ali is a very talented fighter. He just don't sit on his punches. If he sat on his punches, he'd probably be the hardest puncher at 47. He probably punched harder than Keith Thurman. I'm trying to tell you, he just don't sit on his punches. He just don't. So is Saunders and DeGale really happening? It's supposed to be a rumor that it's happening. I ain't saying that it's happening, but it's happening. So I told y'all Saunders didn't want to get up in there. Saunders, man, Saunders Triple G Canelo go to hell. What about Haney? Do you think he moves around too? Yeah, he moves around too much. Haney move around too much. You know, you see these guys saying, "Oh, Haney can beat, you know, he can beat Ray Beltran. He can beat not moving like that. He moves too much. It's amateur, man. He moving entirely too much. And once somebody figure out, you know, what to do with him, once you get him in there with a real pro, that's gonna be patient and walk him down and fight and make him sit down and fight. But 12-rounder fight, yeah, he move around too much. He can't move like that. He move entirely too, but it'll come with time. It'll come with time, him settling down and sitting on his punches. Same thing with Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant moving entirely too much. Peter Sloan, George Foreman was the only one who could do it without feet, but he compensated with power. Exactly. Heavyweight division is a totally different game. Not only did George Foreman compensate with power, he compensated with size and length. That size and length is to count for something. It's hard to get around a guy who got the reach, 84-inch reach like George Foreman had. That's hard. And on top of that, he getting leverage on each shot with that length. We'll see how he did Joe Frazier. I was just watching that the other day. Saunders is good, but he pisses me off. Saunders don't want to fight nobody, dog. I've been telling y'all that for years. Give me Canelo versus Charlo, 2 prime. No, you know, yeah, that's a good fight. That's a good fight. Canelo days his number. I think he's going to retire, too. He get beat by Triple G. It's over with, dog. It's over. He gonna fade into the black. Do not like Caleb Plant, completely overhyped, porous man. Roy Jones. Hell no, he ain't no Roy Jones Jr. I think he more of a Floyd style, but he don't sit down on his punches though, man. Caleb Plant can fight. He ain't overhyped at all. He just don't sit down on his punches. You know, he just want to move a lot. He's sweet. Caleb Plant sweet as hell. He just don't sit on his punches. That's his Caleb Plant problem. He can punch. He just don't sit down. When you don't sit down on your punches and you move a lot, you get in there with the right guy. He gonna zap you. You're gonna be tired to get knocked out. That's Saddam Ali's biggest problem. He just dance around the ring until his legs get tired and he got to sit down and get beat on anyway. Someone told me that Don King didn't take money from Tyson like the media portrays. Yeah, I got a documentary to watch. Somebody sent it to me. Tyson was getting robbed before Don King. That's what people don't know. The 2 managers that Customato left Mike Tyson with was robbing Mike Tyson before Don King came along. When Customato died, they was robbing Mike Tyson his money then. That's what they won't tell you, though. Yeah, if you lose Triple G, I ain't gonna watch, though. Where the fuck did they get a Roy Jones comparison from? Only guy I seen that fight like Roy Jones was fucking John Pascal, dog. That fake-ass Roy Jones, man. For real. Fake as a motherfucker, man. Like Pascal really thought he was Roy Jones, dog. That Pascal and what can I say? Pascal and that Chad fight, that shit made me fucking mad. Because people took 50 Cent. Yeah, Tyson's a fucking idiot. Young and dumb. Spence said Al Heyman is setting up a retirement plan for him. Yeah, of course. Better. Shelly Finkel set one up for Mark Breland. Mark Breland get $100,000 annuity every year, and he gets to train Deontay Wilder because of Shelly Finkel. So every year, Mark Breland get $100K. So you know Wilder gonna be straight. What about Anthony Johnson? Bill Clayton was 30%, taking 30% of Tyson purses. Yup. Well, you a dumb motherfucker. That's what they do to you, man. I'm gonna go and get out of here. This is the last video I'm doing for the night, man. I'm done. I'm tapped out. It's the 9th video, man. So, till probably tomorrow afternoon, possibly in the morning. If something happens, I don't know. Something might happen. Something may not happen. Who knows, man? Who knows? Who knows? You know, I'm pretty sure ain't nothing, no news happened, man. So I ain't got to drop another video. Yep, no news going on, man. I see your Harry Davis got blind hearing. I don't know what's wrong with that guy. But appreciate you guys for coming through, man. Most definitely appreciate it, man. We're gonna continue to keep it moving, man. No gimmicks, no bullshit, man. Just real boxing. Y'all know what it is, man. We gone.